Hey, everybody, it's your boy, Dude John here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Much appreciated. If you like the content, please hit that sub button. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell to let you know when I post another video for you guys. Hit that like button. And if you want to, drop a comment and say hi. I also live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on turbo.live/DudeJohn, 9 p.m. Central Time. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy making them. Let's get into this video, shall we? Yo. This is I Sued the School System, put together by Prince EA. Look at the goldfish. Look at that beautiful goldfish right there. Look at that goldfish. Go. Oh, fuck. I'm okay. I swear I am okay. Are you okay? I hope you're okay. I have to admit, I've seen this video before, but I don't think I reacted to it. I'm going to take this off for a little bit while I look this up really quick. Because it's going to bug me if I did react to it. And, yeah, you know. Doing it over again? That will be cool. I don't think it did. No, I think it was a different video I'm thinking of. Let's get into it, shall we?
Albert Einstein once said, "Everybody's a genius. But
I'm
if
not
you
a
judge
genius.
a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid." Ladies.
First of all, how in the heck can a goldfish climb a tree? If so, I'm like actually answer that with an actual real answer, please let me know. I know it's a metaphor and all that stuff, but it just, it's like, what? Where do you get that a goldfish can climb a tree, right?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today on trial we have modern day schooling. Glad you could come. Not only does he make fish climb trees, but also makes them climb down and do a 10-mile run. Tell me, school, are you proud of the things you've done? Turning millions of people into robots, do you find that fun? Do you realize how many kids relate to that fish? Swimming upstream in class, never finding their gifts, thinking they are stupid, believing they are useless? Well, the time has come, right. No more excuses. I call school to the stand and accuse him of killing creativity, individuality, and being intellectually abusive. He's an ancient institution that has outlived his usage. So, Your Honor, this concludes my opening statement, and if I may present the evidence of my case, I will prove it.
Proceed.
Exhibit A. Here's a modern-day phone. Recognize it? Here's a phone from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Stay with me. Here's a car from today, and here's a car from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Well, get this. Here's a classroom of today, and here's a class we used 150 years ago. Now, ain't that a shame? And literally more...
Okay, I have to admit, that is like 80% true. I've seen schools that classrooms are not set up like that no more. But it's very rare to find.
More than a century, nothing has changed. Yet you claim to prepare students for the future? But with evidence like that, I must ask, do you prepare students for the future or the past? I did a background check on you and let the record show that you were made to train people to work in factories, which explains why you put students in straight rows, nice and neat, tell them sit still, raise your hand if you want to speak, give them a short break to eat, and for 8 hours a day, tell them what to think. Oh, and make them...
I have to stop it there. When you were talking about the roles, here, let's go, there we go. The robes, I mean, I get it. I do get it. Factory roll lines and stuff like that. But I'm thinking myself, yes, it'd be nice if we weren't in rows and stuff like that, maybe surrounded by like in tables, but how are you supposed to see the board if your back is towards the board if you're sitting on a table, right? In the rows, yes, but I can't imagine for my school, for example, when I went to school, even today, I can't imagine it being anything other than rows. I mean, yes, you can make a U shape, maybe. However, the problem is with that is if you get rid of the rolls, make it like a U shape or different kind of shapes or whatever, that means you're not going to fit as many students in the classroom. And more kids there are, how are you supposed to teach them all? If you're limiting space because you don't want it to be like a factory wall. I just see it that way. But I do kind of agree to the point where, I mean, like the classes I was taking, it was more, history, science, math, blah, 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 blah. And it was, why? Why try to use about history? I mean, after all, look what's going on in the world these days. They're trying to freaking erase United States past by taking down these statues that represent what we did wrong in the past. So it's like, I mean, I see their point on why they're taking down the statues because they want to erase racism out of the country, and I'm all for that. However, I'm thinking to myself, you're trying to get that out of. You're getting rid of the statues. You also want that stuff to be out of the history books. And my thinking of it though is I'm thinking you want to take it out of the history books. You want to take the statues out, so make it look like it never happened. And yet you don't want history to repeat itself because if you if school doesn't teach about what happened in our history, like the slavery and all that stuff, next generation or so who had never been taught about that in the past, who says that wouldn't happen again then? We need a balance. Taking down the statues, just statues, whatever. I mean, it's a good reminder to everybody what we done wrong in the past and how we need to live our lives differently and not repeat what we did. But trying to take all the stuff that has to do with racism or slavery and all that stuff out of history books, that I don't agree with because of the fact, like I said, if it's not in the history book, so it won't be taught in history class that it happened, it's a stronger chance of slavery returning in the future. Because generations after the next generation or whatever, who haven't been taught about our history, our real history, it's gonna, you never know, it could turn around and bite us in the butt. So keep it in the history books, but teach it the right way. And make sure you teach how bad it was and how you shouldn't be like that today. Let's go.
Raise your hand if you want to speak. Give them a short break to eat, and for 8 hours a day, tell them what to think. Oh, and make them compete to get an A. A letter which determines product quality. Hence, grade A of meat. I get it. Back then, times were different. We all have a past. I myself am no Gandhi. But today, we don't need to make robot zombies. The world has progressed. And now we need people who think creatively, innovatively, critically, independently, with the ability to connect. See, every scientist will tell you that no two brains are the same. And every parent with 2 or more children will confirm that claim. So please explain why you treat students like cookie cutter frames or snapback hats, giving them this one-size-fits-all crap.
Watch your language.
True.
Sorry, Your Honor. But if a doctor prescribed the exact same medicine to all of his patients, the results will be tragic. So many people will get sick, yet when it comes to school, this is exactly what happens. This educational malpractice, where one teacher stands in front of 20 kids, each one having different strengths, different needs, different gifts, different dreams, and you teach the same thing the same way? That's horrific. Ladies and gentlemen, the defendant should not be acquitted. This may be one.
I do have to respond to that, though, about teaching everybody in the same way. I mean, yes, every kid is different, and I totally agree with that, and I definitely know that for a fact. And way they should have teach me probably should have been different than the default teaching everybody the same way. But you also have to think about it this way too. If we wanted to teach each kid, differently, because every kid is different. Yes, true. That means you will have to, the teachers, you will need a lot more teachers. You will need a heck of a lot more teachers to cover all that ground, especially in the bigger cities. And the school will have to have the money to pay them. So I get it, but I also get why they have one teacher do it all the same way, just because not a lot of people want to be teachers. So there will be shortages and stuff. I'm thinking they need to find a balance between it, though. Maybe find a way to split up the time per kids, have like smaller groups maybe, and each group kind of gets taught differently, and that way, putting in, they'll still need more teachers or more time of school, and that's not going to fly with kids. I mean, 180 days is long enough, right? But I agree. I do agree what he's saying. I do. It's just thinking reality-wise, it's really be very, 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 very hard to change with lack of teachers and lack of funds to pay those teachers. And don't give me the whole, you can teach them, the parents should teach the stuff at school, at home. Homeschooling is not for everybody, especially with kids with special needs. You can't homeschool. They need like a schooling structure like that. There's no way I could homeschool my kid. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I didn't pay attention to the school. So how am I supposed to, teach my kid school stuff when half of the stuff I don't even understand? That's why you need teachers in the world.
One of the worst criminal offenses ever to be committed. And let's mention the way you treat your employees.
Objection. Overruled. I want to hear this.
It's a shame. I mean, teachers have the most important job on the planet, yet they're underpaid.
Yep.
No wonder so many students are short-changed. Let's be honest. Teachers should earn just as much as doctors, because a doctor can do heart surgery and save the life of a kid. But a great teacher can reach the heart of that kid and allow him to truly live.
Yes.
See, teachers are heroes that often get blamed, but they're not the problem. They work in a system without many options or rights. Curriculums are created by policymakers, most of which have never taught a day in their life. just obsessed with standardized.
I had to add to that. The teachers are definitely underpaid, and I totally agree. They need to get paid a lot more. I mean, there are some teachers who are just beyond horrible, and they don't deserve that much pay, but they do. The good teachers really do, and the policymakers and shit. It's true, you know. They make policies thinking that they're best for the children, but they never teach a day in their life. So how the hell would they know what's best for the children when they never taught in their life?
Tests, they think bubbling in a multiple choice question will determine success.
I hate this.
That's outlandish. In fact, these tests are too cruel to be used and should be abandoned, but don't take my word for it. Take Frederick J. Kelly, the man who invented standardized testing, who said, and I quote, "These tests are too cruel to be used and should be abandoned." Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if we continue down this road, the results will be lethal. I don't have much faith in school, but I do have faith in people. And if we can customize healthcare, cars, and Facebook pages, then it is our duty to do the same for education, to upgrade it, change it, do away with school spirit, because that's useless. Unless we're working to bring the spirit out of each and every student, that should be our task. No more Common Core. Instead, let's reach the core of every heart in every class. Sure, math is important, but no more than art or dance. Let's give every gift an equal chance. I know this sounds like a dream, but countries like Finland are doing impressive things. They have shorter school days. Teachers make a decent wage. Homework is non-existent, and they focus on collaboration instead of competition. But here's the kicker, boys and girls. Their educational system outperforms every other country in the world. Other places like Singapore are succeeding rapidly. Schools like Montessori, programs like Khan Academy, there is no single solution. But let's get moving, because while students may be 20% of our population, they are 100% of our future. 100%. So let's attend to their dreams, and there's no telling what we can achieve. This is a world in which I believe. A world where fish are no longer forced to climb trees. I'll rest my case.
I have to admit, I agree with 100% he said. And no wonder why America is nowhere near the top 10 of educational people. Where I exactly don't know the numbers, but I can't imagine it's anywhere near it. But it's true. I know I'm never going to see change in my lifetime. I highly doubt we're going to see change in my son's lifetime, but something needs to be done. The school system needs to be changed and altered, and like you said, if we can customize healthcare, cars, and stuff like that, we should really be able to customize education. And no, I am not talking about, oh, you want to take art, okay? Or what math class do you want to take? You really need to get out there with people's dreams and finding the classes or programs to help people to learn about the field that they want to go into and stuff like that. Creativity is key these days. People can care less if you have an A+ or a straight A student in history and math and science. A lot of employees don't give a shit about that no more. The creativity is what people are looking for. Christ sakes, even factory jobs, well, some factory jobs are looking for creativity workers and out-of-the-box thinkers. Not, were you a straight A student? Or what would your GPA in school and stuff like that? No. They don't look for that and stuff anymore. But school keeps thinking they do for some stupid reason. Thank you so much for watching this video. Much appreciated. I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, you are loved.